Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and Johnny Litecoin's going to be joining us. We've got things happening at the Litecoin Foundation and some new a payment. Well, it's not a new payment method, but a new I think it's called BitPay that is taking on Litecoin as a method of payment. So Johnny will tell us all about it and why it is such a big deal. So we'll be right back. Give us a like, share this video, and let's get some things happening with Litecoin. Hey, Johnny, thanks for joining us. Happy Thursday. And
yeah, happy Thursday. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Nice.
Looks like good news for Litecoin. I'm trying to see if it was somebody's birthday or something in the chat. Somebody said something about 61 years later. So I was trying to see if we needed to do a birthday shout
nice.
out.
Well, whoever it is, happy birthday if it's anybody's birthday out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to peek through.
Let's see.
They're talking about the meetup. We are going to be in Kansas City on August 27th and 28th. I think Westwood is going to be announcing the location tomorrow. We're going to be working with Mr. Mosty, if you guys are following him on Twitter, and I believe Script Skynet is going to be partnering with us too. So that'll be a lot of fun and a great meetup. So you guys try to get to Kansas City for that one.
If you guys are in the Kansas City region, definitely try to get to that meetup. You're doing them in different spots, which is good. So people that are in different parts of the country can come to see you, come to meet up with us.
That's what I'm hoping. I really we just have such a strong group in the chat, and I'm hoping to get to meet as many people as we can, and then also to bring new people to the group. So hopefully the goal is that people bring their friends that aren't really into crypto to the happy hour so that they can see, how we have this loving, engaging, welcoming group and learn about crypto. And then we're going to have Westwood and I are going to teach a really simple download a wallet, how to buy your first crypto 101 class the next day.
Love it.
And just a quick 2-hour, very basic class. So that's kind of the goal. And do these once a month for the next couple months. As long as we don't.
It's important stuff because it's people don't know how to get started.
Yeah.
And people are like, crypto's new. So a lot of people they're not good with apps on phones. They're just not used to all this stuff. So it's what you guys are doing is, it's so important because, again, people get to see more of the human side of it. A lot of tech people say, oh, we'll put out a video, watch the video, this and that, or read this. And a lot of people need to be shown. They want to be shown. It's hard to, again, if you're not tech savvy, it's hard to watch a video and figure something out. So it's awesome stuff. And the happy hour shows that, hey, we're not all crypto geeks.
Yeah, we had when I went to the Patriot Party Rocks, Felisa hadn't really seen a lot of my shows, and she had never been to a crypto meetup, obviously. And she was like, see, this is a lot more fun than your, computer meetups. And I was like, they're not computer meetups. They're not computer meetups. That's not what we do.
The crypto meetups are a blast.
They are.
When he goes to the bar, people know how to party. It's a lot of people, a lot of different people can come together in crypto. So it's like you get such a big melting pot of ideas and backgrounds and what people did for work and stuff, especially with the Litecoin community. I feel like Litecoin really touches the masses more than a lot of other cryptos. It's kind of like, It's that people's coin. It's that silver to Bitcoin's gold. It's designed to be more usable. So I just feel like the ethos of that extended to the community, and you just get more regular people. It's like at the last Litecoin summit, we all went up on stage with John when John Kim called this all up, and it was just look at people from all different walks of life that came together behind Litecoin, and they're all fighting for this adoption and this freedom of Litecoin. It's not that everybody's going to come from the same exact work or background. It's just, you know, again, that melting pot of people and ideas.
Yeah, we had everything from truck drivers, school teachers.
Yeah.
I mean, my background's in nonprofit work. You're in payment processing. So financial world, I don't know where,
Carpenters,
carpenters,
all types of different stuff. Even how with Coop, how we the community all came together and we paid for the
interpreter for
the
hearing impaired.
interpreter, which was an awesome thing. I mean, just John O'Red, he's a master chef at a restaurant near Cooperstown in upstate New York. You know,
I did not know that. He needs to come to Westwood and cook for all of us.
Yeah, we need to recruit him and tell him, come chef it up for us. Let's
that would be good. Now we know, Red.
Now we know. Now we know. So just we can kind of transcend that into Litecoin, which the big news of the week with Litecoin is now integrated into BitPay, or BitPay has now integrated Litecoin. And this is really exciting, guys. BitPay is the biggest crypto processor. They're the big boy on the block in crypto payment processing. They've been doing it for the longest. And they have the most merchants that they're already integrated with. So the beautiful thing about this is Litecoin now, you can now pay with Litecoin at thousands and thousands of more merchants because of this BitPay integration. And most importantly, are excited for people that probably watch this channel or people in our community is all the big precious metals dealers online. BitPay is the crypto integration. So now we can actually pay with Litecoin from all the big dealers for our physical silver or our physical gold. We can pay with our digital silver. So really exciting, because that was always what I saw was, hey, people in the future, one good thing to use your Litecoin for is, and if you don't want to do like spend and replace or all that, if you're going to buy precious metals with it, that's a great way to, a great trade to do if you're, you know, if Litecoin went way up in price or something. So now this makes it more of a reality. Not that you couldn't pay with Litecoin before for precious metals, but now it opens it up to lots of more dealers like JM Bullion, AppMex, all those guys. BitPay is the integration. Cool thing technically, so BitPay is a little bit different than a lot of other crypto integrations. So what BitPay does, you could only pay from BitPay from certain wallets. You can't use any Bitcoin wallet to pay a BitPay invoice. So like the one that I've used in the past was Bread Wallet. Bread's a popular mobile app. Bread's compatible with BitPay. They have some type of payment, I forget the exact term, but it's some type of payment thing that they require the wallets have. So I think to prevent like double spends and all that.
Okay.
So one of the troubles of using BitPay, if you were trying to use Bitcoin to buy like silver or gold or just pay another invoice if BitPay was the processor, was if you didn't have your Bitcoin in one of those wallets, you had to send it to one of those wallets first and then pay the BitPay invoice. So that was kind of a, using Bitcoin, it might take a while to clear. The network might be congested, and you would have those high transaction
You'd
fees.
have double fees having to send it
So
twice,
this
right?
makes it, so much more usable because Litecoin, the network clears 4 times faster. The transaction fees are less than a penny to send a transactions. You're not spending a lot of money if you want to send it to another wallet to then make the payment. So my guess is that Lite Wallet is the wallet that is definitely going to be integrated where you can pay an invoice through Lite Wallet to BitPay. And the cool thing is when you pay a BitPay invoice, one cool thing, if you pay from a mobile app, like when I paid with the Bread wallet and you scan the QR code, it doesn't pull up the wallet address. It shows you BitPay invoice and it has like a lock on it. So it's like kind of cool how it integrates that payment into the wallet for you to send. Now for me, like knowing crypto, it's like, well, I don't need that. I'll just look at the address. I don't need that. But if I take a step back and I say, what would most people want or what would be better for the masses? That almost would make sense more for the masses to have it work that way when you'd scan a QR code. Because it's the native blockchain addresses look a little weird to people that aren't used to it.
Interesting. So previously, the BitPay only accepted Bitcoin then?
No, so BitPay had integrated several cryptos.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with everybody. The reason they did not integrate Litecoin was Roger Ver was an investor of BitPay, an early investor. They integrated Bitcoin Cash first.
Okay.
Look, I wasn't happy about that, but business is business, I guess.
Right.
And if Ver was an investor and he didn't want Litecoin integrated, I guess at the time it would show you why it took Litecoin so long. I don't want to focus on that. I'm just excited that it's integrated. It's kind of like, let's put the past behind us. My thing is, I want to show BitPay the power of the Litecoin community, right? Like, let's show them how people actually pay with Litecoin. People want to use Litecoin. People might do videos showing themselves utilizing this. So I always say with crypto and with Litecoin, let's beat them on the field. I don't know if anybody remembers, but Flexa, Litecoin wasn't integrated into that right off the bat. It came after the fact. So, and that really came because of John Kim. John Kim was like badgering them to accept Litecoin. They did. They were obviously happy they did because Litecoin became, besides for Bitcoin, the most used crypto through that network. And they probably got the most marketing, I'm sure, from Litecoin because we did the most videos.
All those videos that we did, yeah.
We were so excited about it.
So where would we, to do something similar like that, where would we go find out who has BitPay? Where is there a list of merchants that have BitPay?
Yeah, so all the precious metal dealers, like all the big boys, they all utilize BitPay. Some of the sports teams, I guess, that integrated crypto, like I think the Dallas Mavericks, like they were using BitPay. But I'm assuming on BitPay's website, they'll show merchants. I'm assuming they'll have something like that. They also let you convert cryptos, buy, sell. They give people, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to give people debit cards. Now, one interesting thing, Lisa, in that article, if we go back to it for a quick second, if we scroll down a little bit, it actually mentions that they're going to be, I think, stay there for a second. It was go up a little bit.
You about Charlie?
It was about that they're going to let settlement into Litecoin. Oh, it's last line in here. So it says, Litecoin will be available for businesses to accept. This is right above where it says about BitPay, that paragraph
Oh, I
above
see
there.
it. Okay.
Litecoin will be available for businesses to accept as a payment option without the need for any integration or enhancements. Settlement in Litecoin is expected to be available this summer. So
That's exciting.
That's exciting, because what that means is merchants can accept other cryptos and opt for their settlement in Litecoin. That's how crypto gateways. I mean, I'm assuming that's how to be honest, because BitPay didn't have Litecoin integrated, I haven't used it as a setting up the gateway. I just used it as a customer paying invoices. But other crypto gateways work that way, like Globy. Globy used to have settlement into, like, you could settle into Bitcoin, or you could settle into like Monero or different networks, and that would be all your payments would settle into that. So when they say settlement into Litecoin, that's exciting, because that means merchants can opt to say, hey, we want to keep all the Litecoin we receive. Maybe they want to keep a percentage. Maybe they say, hey, we want to accept Bitcoin, but because of the ratio right now of Bitcoin to Litecoin, we want settlement into Litecoin. That's how I would do it. If I was a merchant, I would say, okay, I'm going to look at the Bitcoin to Litecoin ratio, and I'm going to say I want settlement into one of these cryptos. And based on the ratio, if the ratio is above 100 to 1, where 100 Litecoins equal 1 Bitcoin, and it's above that, I would say, well, I'll take settlement into Litecoin, because Litecoin seems undervalued versus Bitcoin. Right now, it's over 250 Litecoins equal 1 Bitcoin. So I'd be like, let me take my settlement into Litecoin, because then also too, you can move Litecoin around easier. So that's another advantage. Or if the ratio, if Litecoin is really strong, I'd say Litecoin's really strong right now. I want to accept people's Litecoin, but I want to settle into Bitcoin, because Litecoin's really strong compared to Bitcoin right now. It might fall off in price or whatever. So again, right now, Litecoin is not strong in price relative to Bitcoin. It's weak. I just wanted to point that out. That's how I would do it if I was a merchant, but some merchants might just want to accept US dollar settlement, which BitPay also does.
Interesting. So, and that's something they can adjust with through their BitPay. The merchant can, that's something they could change month to month or something with their, depending on their contract or whatever.
You just go in the back and change it within the gateway, within the settings. And, cool thing from the precious metals dealers like JM Bullion or those guys, if you go to pay with Bitcoin, or which is Bitcoin or cryptos, which is BitPay, you're going to pay lower than if you paid with a credit card or with PayPal. So they actually have it already as a lower cost payment option on the websites. Go to JM Bullion right now, Lisa. Maybe we could even show a live example. Now, they probably won't have Litecoin integrated for a few days, but, pay with Litecoin next week through them if you want.
Right.
So go in and just pick out, go to a silver coin and just, pick one out. And
American Silver Eagles. What do we want to do? Just
click on it, like shop 58 products, and then click on the price. Click on add to cart, and let's see what. Okay. So now you see your prices right there on the right hand side.
Okay.
So you have ACH, check, wire, crypto, or card, PayPal. So you see that they're offering the lowest cost payment option as an ACH, a check, or a wire. They're offering crypto as the next lowest cost payment option. Most expensive payment option is a card, PayPal. Now, obviously, as the sender, when you go to pay these invoices or whatever, if you sent them an ACH, it probably is not going to clear for a couple days. A check might not clear for a week or two. Crypto is going to clear instantly. So that's another big advantage on your end.
So it would delay as the person purchasing, it's going to delay me receiving my silver.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
I buy it with a check or a wire, but
Yep.
that doesn't matter to JM Bullion, but it's going to delay me receiving my silver.
Because they'll delay the shipment out because they'll want to wait for the clearance.
They'll wait for it to clear.
Yep.
So cryptos, I'll receive my silver faster, but I have to pay
crypto's instant
40 cents more.
And then a credit card's also instant, but that's obviously you're paying a lot more.
It's going to cost me $2 more because of the fee to JM Bullion. That's really interesting.
And so a wire transfer would be fast, and that's the lowest cost payment option. But a wire transfer is going to
cost me $30 from my bank.
$30 or whatever. So,
yeah.
And the recipient of, I don't know if the recipient of a wire always pays, but the
sender pays on the wire.
The sender pays in a wire. I think
not that fast, to be honest.
I think in some instances, recipients pay on a wire on like personal accounts and stuff, but not on business accounts.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see it right here, and this is a trend in payments in general. Costs are rising, inflation is going up. So the hot topic in payments is businesses say, hey, we don't want to pay the credit card fees anymore. We want to pass this through to the customer. We want to make it more expensive for them to pay with a credit card. So if you guys notice, when you go to a lot of pizzerias and a lot of retail businesses, they're starting to add in the credit card fees on the receipts. I haven't seen many chains do it yet in the retail, like coffee shops and places like that. But a lot of mom and pops are, and a lot of other places are, just because it's getting too expensive out there. So,
and what's not going up is salaries, or at least I'm not noticing it in this part of town. I know somebody who's Public was saying that, like, one of his daughters got a job, and her little salary, or not salary, but her wages went up from last year's summer job to this year's summer job. There was an increase, but like around here, the kids aren't getting paid anymore, but the prices of everything are going up.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting too. I'm not sure
that's going to be a phenomenon to occur everywhere. That's kind of Uncle Cliff's prediction, that people stop showing up to work, because the wages just don't buy them anything anymore once the hyperinflation hits. And we've seen that this isn't like Uncle Cliff or people like speculating on this either. This is what's happened in other countries when they've had hyperinflation. Like, look at Venezuela. No one works in like the metro stations in there. The trains and stuff run. There's no employees. Everybody stopped showing up for work. And people just jump. No one pays. People just jump over the turnstiles. It's free. You just ride it, but because no one works there, it's none of the stuff work. Like, so it's I think I guess in our area, because Publix in Jersey, like I am, have wages went up. I guess at some places, it's there's a big labor shortage in this area. I think because New Jersey is one of the states that has the enhanced unemployment. Mm-hmm. And so almost every restaurant I know is short-staffed. And that's the big buzzword in restaurants also, is that we can't get the help. We can't get the help. I've tried to help a lot of restaurants where I'll help them with online ordering, and I'll do basically stuff that they would have to normally pay for. And I'll say, hey, I'll just help you do this stuff, for free or whatever, to help drive business to you. I say, hey, it helps me out too if the system does more sales, and you don't have to pay a person to do this stuff. Everybody wins, kind of thing. It's always good. It's always good in business when everybody wins. That's what you want. That's like what America should be. in a business deal, like, hey, everybody's kind of winning, right? Like there's no, but a lot of the people are like, we can't get any busier because we just don't have the help. So it's like, not that they don't want to get busier. They're just like, we're at max capacity. This is all we can handle. We don't have help. People won't work here. People are getting paid more on unemployment than they are to work.
There's also these shortages, which I don't know if they're real or manufactured, but we had, there was somewhere, and my husband was telling me about that they had to limit the number of people they were serving because it was like they were going to run out of food by the end of the night. So they could only serve so many people because they would run out of steaks by the end of the night if they let more people come in or something. And I was just like,
yeah, there was a chicken wing shortage. You know, there's shortages everywhere. I don't, you know, what's causing these shortages. Some people say they're deliberate or intentional. I just tend to think it's the delayed effect of the lockdowns. I said last year, we're going to be dealing with shortages and stuff. It's going to wreck the supply chain for years. Prices are going to skyrocket. That's why I was screaming to everybody about cryptos. And now it came, and it's like, you know, can you believe the prices? And I'm kind of like, yeah, I you know, I was screaming about this off of a mountaintop. I had a few. I used to end I would do like meetups, like local meetups, and I would end on saying a kind of like a scary outlook for the future. And I said the risk of major inflation looms. And people are always like, oh, what are you talking about? This and that. And I said, you know, there's they're going to try to change our identity, and they're going to go for maybe a chip and do this in the future. And people are like, oh, it's crazy, this and that. And I said that they're going to be rolling out universal basic income, where they're going to start mailing people checks to their house. And a lot of people would walk out when I would say this stuff, and they would tell me it wasn't going to happen in their lifetime, this and that. And I would actually tell people, I'd say, well, are you planning on dying in the next year or two? And they said, no, why? Why would you think that? And I said, this stuff's happening soon. Like, if it doesn't happen next year or two, it's coming the year or two after. Like, this is coming soon. Like, we're in a bad, and so now it's here, and it's now they're having to admit to these prices that keep accelerating. You know what I mean? So it's
I'm trying to find this one article. There's two that I wanted to touch on. And I know we usually don't get political. We're staying crypto minded. But if you guys haven't checked out my Patreon, I had Jill Jardine, who's an astrologer and psychic, on with SL369, who has like over 85% accuracy. And she basically talked about that until for sure 2023, possibly into 2024, is an opportunity of building wealth. But that basically the financial system is going to crash. She's talking about November, I think she gives the 19th as the date. All markets crashing, and that Bitcoin is the bridge for, and there's this article that talks about how the crypto user numbers have doubled in 6 months. More than 114 million people, making it the fastest growing, most widely held financial asset in the history of the world. This is like no passing thing, guys. And what you're talking about, where people are like, oh, that would never happen. I'm trying to find the article. I cussed in it when I retweeted it, but
I mean, it's not a rosy picture of the financial problems.
Yeah, there was a guy that on CNN that said that non-pricked people should not be allowed to buy food. So if you know, when you were talking about people being chipped and these shortages and all this kind of stuff, and people are like, oh, that's crazy. It's not so crazy.
It's here.
It's
It's here.
here.
And most people, as we know, if you told them now to put a chip inside of you to protect yourself from something, they'd be demanding everybody did it. So we don't even have to argue this anymore. It's
Yeah, I
like,
can't even find. I'm sure they
yeah,
deleted the article, but yeah, I can't
it's
find it.
yeah. So it's look, I think 2023 is going to be a big year for Litecoin also, because that's the next Litecoin halving. So, you know, the financial stuff, I definitely agree with the psychic that there's going to be a crash in all markets because they're going to try to tighten one more time. And what I mean by tighten, they're going to try to, stop the quantitative easing, which means they're going to stop buying of bonds. And they're also going to attempt to raise the interest rates. And they're going to, I feel like, have to try to attempt both of those things. That's the only tool that the Fed has to kind of keep inflation in check. That's what they did in 1980. I think it was Paul Volcker raised the interest rate to 20%. Okay. And then it stopped that massive inflation that was occurring in the 70s. They can't do that anymore. 20%, they couldn't go to 3%. The system would fail. So they're really they are cornered, right? They're cornered. There's major problems going on. So if we can onboard as many people as we can into these other systems, then we have people have a shot of using an alternative system if something happens to the regular system. But it's if we don't onboard enough people, that's never going to happen. So we have to keep diligent onboarding people. Show people wallets that have seed words. That's the most important thing. Guys, I'm not against collecting interest, exchanges. You need those to get in and out of cryptos. I love Voyager. I say use it to collect some interest, but showing people wallets, if shit goes down, people are going to need to know how to use wallets like Exodus. Those products will still work when the other things won't. So but as far as a crash goes, sorry, because I got off on a tangent.
No,
but,
that's okay. Yeah.
The crash, they're going to have to attempt to tighten and raise interest rates, and that's going to cause a crash of the markets. And that's going to cause a crash of the markets. It's probably coming at the end of this year into the beginning of next year would be my guess. It got pushed off a little bit. I actually thought it was going to come sooner. I thought cryptos was going to keep running and the markets were going to end. Kind of things reversed course for a little while. So I feel like the timeline of it got delayed. And so I feel like it's when did she say, the psychic? When was her date?
She says that all markets, which she's saying including crypto, she said like the peak would be, so the peak for crypto is well, you guys go watch on my Patreon. Pay $5, support my channel. You can watch my Patreon. But the big crash, she said, across all markets, there would be a significant event, and it would shake the world basically. And then November 19th.
Okay, yeah, that was.
And then, which makes a lot of sense. If we think about what was that Black Monday was like a late October. Wasn't it?
Yeah, well, most markets times the stock market crash of 29, which kicked off the Great Depression, that was in October. 2008 when the markets crashed, that was in October. So October is kind of like October has just kind of been a little shaky for March. I think 1987, the crash of 87 also occurred in October. So three of the the only one that didn't, I think the only major crash that wasn't in October was the one that occurred in March of 2020. So I
And
think
Cliff High's data was that it was late November. There was that, remember he was saying like an 80% or 90%. And he was talking about all markets.
now
Pullbacks.
here's look, crypto, I think Litecoin's going to run a lot before then. I think Bitcoin's going to run a lot in price before then.
Yeah,
so
she's saying like,
yeah, we're going to have a big pump up, I feel like, before that happens. I wouldn't sit on the sidelines waiting for this crash. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. You probably won't be able to buy cryptos when a crash happens. The exchanges will be frozen, locked down. They'll lock you out. This happens all the time. You can't get in. And I think if a next crash happens, they might the system might come to a screeching halt. You won't be able to do an ACH. Whatever you got, you got.
Well, and right now, like what she was saying was that she was talking about how the crypto community all has this energy she's never seen before with any financial, that, you know, this really is about putting like the power and energy into the people's hands, where like the other financial situations, you know, the finance, or the power, the energy, the money is not in the people's hands, but really crypto really is. So like, and she's not a crypto person. So like I just did her podcast. She had no idea that there was a finite number of Bitcoin. Like, so it was really interesting talking with her, but she sees like August, there's this thing called Lionsgate 88. And she was like, if you guys can get together and understand how powerful you are as a community and like manifest this next bull run or whatever, and put your energy towards it and like set it, like focus on that infinity 8 at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on August 8th. And you guys will kind of kickstart that. And she sees August 22nd as like that it'll be obvious to everybody that it's really happening. And then from there, it's just,
yeah.
And by then, once it's off like that, you guys trying, like Johnny's saying, trying to get, you know, you better already be KYC'd with exchanges. You better already be, you know, wherever you want to be able to buy what you want to buy, because.
And even if you're set up with them, you probably won't be able to buy even then.
Right.
And who knows how bad this crash is? Like, you know, so anything could happen. Here's what I would say probably would be a good idea for people. Like, say you said, oh, well, what if Litecoin runs up a lot now and I want to take some profits? If you got something to buy and pay off and do all that, or take care of some business behind the scenes, do it. That's always a good idea. Like, take care of your business. Like, but me, I'm not gonna sell a coin personally. For me, I don't
really talked about, like, as we're going through this transition, if you can, this time is a bridge to build an opportunity to build. And she said, like, maybe as soon as 2023, but definitely no longer past 2024, the opportunity to build generational wealth is over. And when you look at this, of how quickly mass adoption is about, I mean, we're about to hit that corner, guys, where the opportunity is going to be over. This many people coming in and seeing what's going on, the opportunity will be gone. And I know it feels like, you know, we've been in this bear market and it feels like it's been taking so long, but it's going to when it happens, it's going to happen like that.
Yeah.
We're going to turn around and it's going to be over.
The bear markets, use these bear markets to your advantage. Okay. There's lots of advantages, to some of the stuff I can't talk about on the show because they don't want me talking about it.
Because we'll lose our channel again.
I can just say there's I'll just say the word. There's some tax advantages. That's all I could say about it because they don't want us talking about that.
I'm going to mute you if you're not careful.
But there's lots of other advantages. Like Lisa said, KYC with your exchanges. Set up your wallets. Set up your wallets for your staking. Learn how to do stuff. Maybe you don't know how to do stuff and there's a crypto expert you know. Schedule an appointment with them now. Don't wait until shit goes crazy because when things go crazy, the crypto expert's going to be busy. So just get your plan ready now is all I can say. And if you do want to hold dollars through this, I don't see why you would. But if you say, hey, well, you guys are saying November 19th, the market's going to crash. Don't hold dollars in a bank. If anything, swap into a stable coin because then at least you'll be able to utilize that. It's blockchain based and you can just convert it back into Bitcoin or Litecoin. So remember, when the people left the Titanic in lifeboats, they didn't try to bring the lifeboat back to the Titanic that was sinking and say, hey, I want to get back on there. I'm going to get back on the lifeboat again a little bit. It's going to ride around the boat for a little bit and I'll get back on. I'll be fine. That's a dangerous game. That's Russian roulette. That seems crazy to me. So,
absolutely. I want to just tell everybody on pilled.net, thanks so much for watching. You guys are amazing. And I'm going to jump over there real quick. And they were telling me methods and was telling me I can do this scratch off. And you guys can have a scratch off ticket over there. So if you're watching on pilled.net, I released the scratch off ticket. You can click on that and then you scratch it off and you get some gold pills for watching. So thanks to everybody over there watching. I appreciate it. And I hope this was some great information for you guys over there. So
nice.
New folks joining the fam. Love it.
Somebody said in the chat, the hardest thing for them is patience in cryptos. And yeah, you know what? It's like I said, take advantage of this. Take advantage of the lower prices. If you're getting any interest or whatever, you're getting and you say, oh, the amount when the price goes higher, now it's like you collected all the interest all along at a higher amount if you're holding it in Bitcoin or Litecoin. So say you say, oh, I have a little bit of money in Voyager. I'm getting $20 a month from them or something, right? Doesn't seem like a lot. Well, if Litecoin does a 10-timer, now it's like, well, shoot, I was getting $200 a month the whole time in Litecoin. That's
what I love about running a node. Like
running a node, the same thing.
Data nodes and Wolf or Path nodes,
the master nodes,
yeah. And when on the beginning of the video from yesterday, we had her do the astrology chart for PAC, and we're looking at how many. I think it kicks off like 5,000 something.
8,200 a month, right?
Sorry,
reward,
something like that. Yeah, so 8,000. Yeah, and so Charlie was doing the math, and he's like, Lisa, I mean, if it gets up to I can't remember if it's at $1, it's 50,000 a month, or I don't remember the numbers, but it's a significant amount. And she was talking about that PAC will be a penny in August. It could be as much as 77 cents in October, and possibly even $5 by next February, March. So because even though she's talking about this crash, for everything, she's seeing crypto recover
fast, probably
pretty quick next year. Yeah. And so I don't know, it's just, and those nodes running as crypto recovers and as crypto runs, it feels like, oh, we're just making this little bit, but then all of a sudden all those little bits
become a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. No, really definitely. Even you guys, if you guys are use my Voyager link, and then
it's in the description below,
and send your friends your Voyager link, and then you guys both get the referral fee. And then if you're getting $25 in Bitcoin at a $40,000 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin runs to 150,000, Well, now it's like you were getting almost $100 a referral. That's
Right.
that's pretty good, you know. And the masternode stuff is really cool. Cool thing with that, you're not you don't risk losing your crypto. It's kind of masternode is kind of similar to staking, except it's more of a technical setup from what I know. You're actually like and you have to usually staking, most networks you can stake any amount, and in like the master node model, like Dash is a master node coin. Pac's got a great team, great people. Really love Jason, that's connected to Pac. Super awesome guy, lives in Jersey. But the master node model, you have to kind of put up like a kind of a significant amount of the coin, and but you don't lose it. It's not like you lose your initial investment. You're just staking it. So it's a cool thing. Like I said, it's do all this stuff as like look at it as like your crypto business. Like it's a cool thing if you want to take profits. Don't take profits into fiat. Be like, you know what? I like this masternode project. Why don't I put some money into that? Or I like this project. So that's good stuff to put your money into if you had Bitcoin or Litecoin that pumped and you're like, well, I did good. I don't want to just watch US dollar in my account. What could I do with it? Give you plenty of stuff to do with it.
Yeah, Matic, Theta. We can go on and on and on.
Oh my God, there's and I'm more bullish on proof of work coins, that the original cryptos that were proof of work. Those to me are more like the money and the
True cryptocurrency. Yeah.
And you can't release coins. You can't release a proof of work coin right now. You couldn't release Litecoin. You certainly couldn't release a Bitcoin. You couldn't release Digibyte right now. You couldn't release these coins because it would get drowned out and everything that's going on. And just back then it was different. And you know, so I'm more bullish on those as like money and like the crypto commodities. But these masternode coins and a lot of the staking stuff and all that, a lot of these have super high throughput, and you can do different things with them. So don't count these things out. Like,
right.
You know, definitely look into this stuff. A lot of this stuff could be big. So it's I say look at it more as a side business. And it's, why buy real estate when you could do a masternode or stake and it pays you every day, and the government can't come in and tell the people, hey, guess what? You don't got to pay the rent.
For free.
Yeah, you can live there for free. Or I can't even say the word. I was going to bring up that T word again.
Yeah,
but
don't talk about it.
Nope,
you get us in trouble all the time. Well, I'm glad you didn't have a tennis match, but I'm sorry you're having bad weather there.
Next week, or maybe I'll play over the weekends.
Okay, we'll catch up on them. Well, thanks everybody in the chat for joining us. I appreciate it, and good news for Litecoin. I think this is exciting. If you guys are looking at buying precious metals, consider using Litecoin. Look for that BitPay option, and let's show them that Litecoin love, and see what we can do for that.
We'll do some updates. I'll try to do a tweet when I see it live in and I'll try to tweet some screenshots, and yeah, maybe who knows, maybe we'll do a contest for somebody out there that does the best tweet or video of them using BitPay, and we can do the contest. Maybe we'll put up a little Litecoin for them to earn. So let's like I say, let's beat them on the field, Litecoin community. Let's show them what we can do.
That sounds good to me. All right, everybody, take care. Remember to love one another.